Good morning. Oh, good afternoon, Ty. Good to see you.
Good afternoon.
Just curious, in watching the film back from game one, I guess what stuck out to you the most, both good and bad?
The bad things, I think, is the turnovers in the first half. It allowed them to get back in the game. We had 11 turnovers at halftime. They scored 15 points off our turnovers. The good thing, I just thought our pace was great. I thought we shared the basketball really well. A lot of driving kicks, swing actions, and getting open shots. But also, 83 of our 93 points were in the paint or 3-point shots. And that's what we've been talking about and preaching in training camp of getting those shots, getting into the paint, getting layups, or getting threes. And we really did a good job of that in our first game.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll move over to BT. BT, you can go ahead.
Happy holidays, Tyronn Lue.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Well, we all know the NBA is always good at making tricky matchups. This case, you guys in Denver after playing in the playoffs. What significance does this game have to you guys after meeting them and losing them in the playoffs?
Well, I wouldn't say the significance from last year. Just the significance is us getting better at each game, and that's our main focus. We want to just continue to keep getting better, continue to work on our good habits, on our defensive habits and offensive habits, and continue to keep growing as a team. And I think that's the most important thing.
You can go ahead.
Happy holidays, Ty.
Happy holidays.
Just wanted to ask you if what Marcus's status is for tomorrow, and if anybody else might not be available.
Marcus won't be available tomorrow, no, but everybody else will.
And when facing Nikola Jokic last year in the playoffs, and then seeing what he did last night, what did you guys gather anything of how to maybe defend him from going through a playoff series against him?
Well, he's a great player, and I think with any great player, you got to give them different looks. I think you can't give him a steady diet of the same thing because they'll pick you apart. And with his passing ability, he definitely would do that. So we just got to mix it up on him. Can't give him the same look all night, and just try to keep him guessing.
Thanks, Ty.
Yes, sir.
We'll move over to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Question about Marcus. Pat tweeted that Marcus has been pretty involved, or he was getting everybody fired up on Tuesday. And obviously, you got to be in the building to see his brother get his ring, so it probably was special to him. But what's he been like the last few days as the season gets going, considering he's not actually on the court?
He's been great. I mean, just talking to our young guys, keeping those guys engaged, understanding what we're doing on the floor, and joining into practice and stuff like that. So he's been amazing, and then just seeing what he did the other night, during the game. He was up off the bench the whole night cheering and, keeping guys motivated, keeping guys going, staying positive. And he really set the tone for our emotional leader in our first game versus the Lakers.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Move over to Farbad.
Hey, Ty, one of the things Kawhi kept emphasizing at the end of opening night was how everybody stayed positive despite, the lead shrinking. What did you see from the team where they specifically stayed so positive and kept playing the right way?
Just didn't panic. I didn't see guys in the timeouts, arguing or, getting worried about what was going on. I think, I owe that a lot to the coaching staff. I think all of our coaches, the coaching staff were very poised. We didn't get rattled, and just seeing Kenny and, Dan Craig and Chauncey and Larry Drew and, Roy Rogers, O'Connor, Jeremy, we just, everybody just stayed poised. And I think our players saw that. And I think when you're being frantic and, you're up and down, they kind of see that. So I think it was very important for us to keep our cool. And then the players did the same thing as well. And then at halftime, we just talked about just taking care of the basketball, not turning the basketball over, and we would come out with a win. In the second half, we only had 5 turnovers, and we did a good job of taking care of the basketball, so we was able to win that game.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go over to Cam.
Hey, Coach, you kind of spoke about the coaching staff staying cool. Did you notice a tangible difference with the players there in the third quarter that kind of helped them keep their head on straight and then finish that game out strong?
I think it was just they understood that what we were doing to ourselves. I think turning the basketball over, you definitely can't do that in the league, but definitely not against the Lakers with LeBron and the way they push the tempo and get downhill in transition. So we know against this team coming to the game, our main focus was taking care of the basketball and offensive rebounding. And having 11 turnovers in the first half, 15 points, that's how they was able to get back in the game. So in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we took care of the basketball. And I was able to, like I said, able to win that game.
And we'll take one last one from Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Nick Batum's stat line from Tuesday doesn't fully jump off the page, but there's obviously the game within the game factor, and he seemed to make a pretty sizable impact on the defensive end and bringing the ball up the floor. How impressed were you with what he showed on both ends?
I'm very impressed. He just knows how to play the game. Very smart, very cerebral, understanding what's going on the floor. And he's one of our best passers, so we can play him at the elbows. We can put him in pick and rolls. And then with his length and size of being 6'9", we can switch, 1 through 4. And so he's a very, big piece that we were able to pick up this offseason.